you want to slide to the bar to the baby. So step up, come up and get what you want right now, baby. Now we gonna drive on the crazy. You understand? What all the girl them want? You want the man from the CK band and the clock and stand. We go make them jam over stand. The girl them love all the motion. Yeah, I listen for the video my chant. Want a rider, I could wine a man. Right every year, yes the band chant. If you don't want me, then take the dice man. If you want a week, we'll take that picture and trust me up and completion of the task. You have to have your body sweat. Gonna make your body sweat. Make your body sweat. Gonna make your body sweat like rain. Gonna make your body sweat. Make your body sweat. Make you drip.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Turn your TV on. Listen to DBS on Digicel TV channel 50 and Flow TV channel 951.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
In the headlines, a business development officer, Michael Walter, says the small business sector in Dominica has seen growth over the years. In the news from the region, a temporary school being built to accommodate Union Island students. And internationally, Hunter Biden pleading guilty in tax case. The details of these stories and more coming up next.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speed the delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speed the delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
DBS News.
And welcome back. Business Development Officer Michael Walter says the small business sector in Dominica has seen growth over the years. Walter says this is testament to the investments that the government of Dominica has made towards the development of the sector. Walter was a guest on Voices of Change, a program of the Ministry of Labour, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship and Small Business Developments on DBS Radio this morning.
The government has been putting a lot of programs and policies in place to help to develop small businesses. When we look at the registration aspect for small businesses, registration used to take quite some time. Sometimes persons used to wait to sometimes 1 week to 2 weeks to get their businesses registered. Right now, because of the friendly policies that the government is putting in place, someone can get their business registered in 1 day, actually within hours. Then when we speak about access to finance, it is always an issue because you find that small businesses are evolving, their demands, their requests and everything like that, it is evolving. Innovation comes into play here. But access to finance, it was difficult before to be able to get the proper financing to move small businesses ahead. But we have right now, because of the friendly policies again of the government, we have grant funding that's available for small businesses to develop. We have low interest loans that are available for small businesses to develop. We have the program of the DYBT where they provide the guarantee fund. They provide the guarantee for all those are initiatives of the government to help to develop small businesses.
And that was the Business Development Officer in the Ministry of Labour, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development, Michael Walter. And police say investigations into Wednesday's road fatality at Point Round has continued. Fire officer Nash Gilbert of Penville succumbed to his injuries sustained in the vehicular accident. Assistant Superintendent of Police Davidson Cadet has the details.
The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force is investigating a road fatality which occurred about 12:50 p.m. on Wednesday, the 4th of September 2024, along the E.O. Libla Highway in the vicinity of Point Round. The accident occurred when a white Lexus car registration number PT122, owned and driven by Fire Officer Nash Alvin Gilbert, male 23 years of Penville, lost control and veered off the highway and collided with the concrete base of a street lamp on the western side of the road before somersaulting to the eastern side of the road where it came to a stop. Nash Gilbert sustained massive head and torso injuries. He was transported to the A&E of the Reginald Fitzgerald Armour Hospital in Portsmouth by personnel from the Fire and Ambulance Service, where he was medically examined by a doctor and pronounced dead. A death card was written in his name, following which the body was taken to the Northeastern Funeral Home morgue at Foncouli for safekeeping pending a postmortem. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force would like to extend deepest condolences to the family and friends of the deceased Nash Alvin Gilbert of Penville.
And that was Assistant Superintendent Davidson Cadet. Meantime, Minister of State in the Ministry of Sports, Youth and Community Development, Senator Oscar George, says the tragic loss of Fire Officer Nash Gilbert has rocked the community of Penville. The 23-year-old Gilbert succumbed on Wednesday to his vehicular injuries.
This is indeed a very sad moment. It's never easy losing such a young man who is just starting to build a life for himself. As we know, Nash was one of those positive young guys who always had progressive discussions and conversations when you interact with him. He recently became a fire officer and really had a bright future ahead of him. So this news is just very painful, to say the least, and I want to express my sincere condolences to the entire family, the extended family, and of course the friends of Nash Gilbert. I also want to express my condolences to the Dominica Fire Service, who lost one of its own, and most importantly, the entire community of Penville, who I'm sure are all very saddened by this tragic loss of one of our young and aspiring men. So I sympathize with the family, and I pray that the family remain strong and keep the faith in this very difficult time. I also ask that we all keep the family of Mr. Gilbert in our prayers, and provide him much needed warmth and support that is required in this time of grief. Very, very sad moment, and our heart goes out to the entire community.
Minister of State in the Ministry of Community Development, Sports and Culture, Senator Oscar George. Meantime, fire officers have told DBS News this morning that the death of Officer Nash Gilbert was a sad day at the fire headquarters.
I reported for duty today. The work still continues, but it's so because Nash was man of my batch, like we say here at the brigade. He's man of my batch. So we joined together in 2022. Was a timid guy, very reserved unto himself, but always had a bright smile. From you look at Nash, his contagious smile would just relay onto you no matter what day we're having. And the son always willing to work. It's hard for our batch because a few of the officers that joined with me, they left for greener pastures, but losing a brother is harder. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I am one who took it very, very hard. Having to work with this officer even yesterday morning, where I was able to fall him in and have a nice little discussion with him and tell him, be safe, and we had a prayer, all of us prayed together. It is rather sad for all of us here. I did not sleep last night, but what took me by storm, because I actually had him as a child. He had his few little ups and downs and ordeals, and when everything was against him, I received him as one of my own, and I nurtured that young man. And trying to get to know him as a person, as an individual, and even an officer, you have to become a mother on the job. You have to become somebody that can embrace, somebody. And if you have love in your heart, you will embrace somebody. Doesn't matter what the circumstances that may come their way. But having to receive that information yesterday, even this morning when I was writing the duties, my pen fell off from my hands because I'm seeing his name where he last worked yesterday morning on the ambulance, serving the public, to the point where we give service, and the service was like I could not be there to embrace him and maybe to tell him a last word of comfort. And having to lose such a young man who is less than 4 years of service, it's heart-wrenching.
Well, it's a very sad moment for us here at the Fire and Ambulance Service, not only at the department, but of course across the nation, to lose a fellow brother. Words cannot express for sure. It's one thing responding to any call. When you respond and when you get there and you see your brother, it just hit different. When he sees your sister, when he sees your family, it just hit different. That's, again, unexpected. Eh?
Yeah, like I share my colleagues' sentiments. Right now we are basically mourning. It's a young gentleman, young officer, his 20s, left work after doing his duty, tour of duty, didn't get home, unfortunately. We as his family, the fire service, we feel his loss, and I'm sure his blood, immediate family, are feeling it even worse than us. So we are sympathies going out to the entire fire service and to his family as well.
And that was some of the voices of fire officers reacting to the death of Officer Nash Gilbert of Penville. And former Chief Cultural Officer and Chairman of Comité pour Études Créole, or CEC, Raymond Lawrence, says the teachings of the Creole language in schools remain high on the committee's agenda. Lawrence says the committee is hoping to continue discussions with the Ministry of Education to ensure the materialization of this project. He also told the Creole Heartbeat on DBS Radio that a few initiatives to promote the Creole language have been introduced over the years.
We have been collaborating with Ministry of Education, and that too is taking a little bit of time in terms of the teaching of Creole in schools, but that's a sort of a high priority on our agenda. In fact, a pilot project did start, and it was a bit derailed by COVID, but then there are some schools that are still teaching, primary schools, still teaching Creole, but we're hoping that that program can be expanded. So we're still in discussions with Ministry of Education, hoping that sooner rather than later, we will see an expansion of teaching of Creole in primary schools, and that can move on to secondary schools and other tertiary. But while we speak of tertiary now, UE, the open campus, it's called the Global Campus now, has been having conversational Creole courses. Sonia has taught one or two of those courses. The Alliance Française has also done Creole courses as well. I know we've done some training for teachers in schools in Creole, especially when we were going to introduce the teaching of Creole in schools. And there have been other things, a pause for a Creole course that the Minister of Education had introduced, a 5-minute feature on Creole during the week and things like that.
And that was a former Chief Cultural Officer and Chairman of Comité pour Études Créole, CEC, Raymond Lawrence. And father of gold medalist Thea Lafort-Gatson, Dr. Dorian Lafort, has called for a return of the community practices which brought unity in Castlebruce. His call came during the launch of the Castlebruce Family and Friends Reunion at the weekend.
Castlebruce used to be a community. Even when we had differences, we were not enemies. We were just opponents having a different point of view. And we would like to see the community return to this. Even when there were more people and there were more churches and different religions, but we still were able to get things done and live harmoniously. And this is one of the things we would like to see return to Castlebruce. But also, in the spirit of this family and friends reunion, we would also like to reconnect with some of the younger people. We know it's a different generation, we know it's a different time, a different set of values, but we need to reconnect. There are too many of us from the diaspora. When we ask young people their names, who they are, they look at us or sometimes even just ignore us. But yes, we would like to do that.
And that was Dr. Dorian Lafort, father of gold medalist Thea Lafort-Gatson. And on the feature segment of the DBS Evening News, we highlight 18-year-old Ajani Richards of Citronia, a student of the Dominica State College and a sportsman. Ajani is not only a footballer with Middleham United, but he is an athlete and volleyball player. Ajani spent some time in Antigua after Hurricane Maria before returning to Dominica. Ajani Richards is our feature on the DBS Evening News.
After Hurricane Maria, I went to Antigua. I was with my auntie. I was playing football up there still, but I wasn't much involved in athletics until I came back to Dominica. That is when my coach, my uncle Charles, he told me come and train with him, and that's where it all started. And shout out to him and Coach Hamilton for developing me to who I am today. When I came back down from Antigua, which happened after Hurricane Maria, I was supposed to go to SME at first, but eventually, it was by God's choice I ended up in DGS. It was a good experience. The sports, everything, I loved it there.
You now at the Dominica State College. What are you doing there? What subjects are you studying at the State College?
Well, my major in the Dominica State College is electrical engineering, and I find it very interesting because, I had various activities in that field.
You are also playing football for Middleham United.
The team, Middleham, is located in Cochrane. We have a field up there, we train up there Tuesdays to Thursdays. I play for the Premier and Under-20. The team is a one-love team. Everybody's together, unity. That's what I can say about us.
You play volleyball, you play football, you take part in track and field. You appear to be an all-round athlete to me. Very talented. I mean, not many people would be involved in so many sports disciplines. So what is the ultimate goal?
Well, the ultimate goal really is to see that if I could develop my skills to reaching the further levels, to at least semi-pro in football or athletics, anyone that God's choice, the path that He put me on, anywhere I can go, I'll take it.
Do you think you've gotten the sort of recognition that you deserve? Have you received the kind of recognition from those who've worked with you in the past?
Well, I would say that it is just starting. I got a little highlights now and then, especially from the DA Next Level Sports Vibes. Yeah, I'm part of that program, so now and then I'll get little highlights from them.
What would you like to say to the sports people out there? You need people to look at you, I would suspect.
What I like to say is that you can look out for me in the future. Look to develop my skills, to improve my game. And
your mother was the one who met me and told me she has a son who is very talented and she feels that he needs to be highlighted. Your mother is a big supporter of yours.
Yeah, my mother. Thank God for my mother. She's one of my biggest supporters, maybe the biggest one there. Yeah, she's been with me from the very first day. From since a small boy playing football, she has always been there supporting me, no matter where. She even tries to make all the games if she can, even when she's not well. Shout out to my mother, and I love her.
And when you talk about your mother, you're referring to?
Decima Roy.
Decima Roy, a big supporter of yours. And not only a big supporter of yours, I like her attitude when I see her supporting sports on a whole. Whenever Dominica is playing or there's a football match, your mother is certainly a big supporter, and I really hope that you all can stick together and then she can see you through.
And that was a student of the Dominica State College and a sportsman, Ajani Richards, taking us to the end of this evening's feature segment, and the national focus. Up next is news from the region and international.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speedy delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money. So fast pay, a new and easy way to pay. So fast pay, so fast pay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quick quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow Fast Pay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow Fast Pay. Flow Fast Pay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
DBS News.
And welcome back. Now, news from the region. Students from Union Island will soon attend a temporary school being built in St. Vincent following the catastrophic damage caused by Hurricane Beryl. That's according to St. Vincent's Agency for Public Information, who said approximately 310 of 450 students from Union Island will attend temporary schools being constructed. The new facility, scheduled for completion before September 9th, 2024, will serve students from Union Island Secondary School, Stephanie Brown Primary School, and Mary Hutchinson Primary School. Hurricane Beryl, a Category 4 storm that struck on July 1, devastated Union Island, demolishing over 90% of the island's buildings. Internationally, Hunter Biden has agreed to plead guilty in his federal tax evasion case, appearing to surprise federal prosecutors who had shown up to court on Thursday prepared to begin his trial. Biden had previously denied prosecutors' accusations that he intentionally avoided paying $1.4 million in income tax from 2016 to 2019. His last-minute reversal, first announced in Los Angeles courtroom as jury selection was about to start, could lead to his second criminal conviction this year. When Judge Mark Skarsky asked Biden if he understands that the maximum penalty he could face is 15 years in prison, the president's son said, "I do." And this brings us to the end of this evening's news. Up next is sports.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
And we begin our sports news this evening here as the construction of a mini athletic facility in Maho is set to get underway on November 4 for 2024. The project is being conceptualized by former triple jumper for Dominica, Fabian Flora, with the assistance of Dominica's Olympic gold medalist Thea Lafol-Gadson. Flora, who resides in Holland, gave details on the facility to be constructed whilst speaking on the Off the Field program on DBS Radio on Wednesday night.
The process has started in terms of the proposal. So I'm working on the project, and it's a proposal to construct a mini athletic facility in Maho at TISA, the Maho Primary School. This is something that I've been thinking about for quite a number of years. Since I made it to the Olympics, my intention was to come back to Dominica, visit the schools, see how I can possibly give back. And for me, giving back to Dominica is more than just sending a box of clothes and shoes. It was more about how can I impact the future of sports. And this is basically the perfect moment. Tia getting on board and supporting me in this journey and also winning the gold medal, I think was the optimal time to implement this. But the idea is that we are going to, when I say we, in collaboration with the Dominica Amateur Athletic Association, Brendan Williams, we're going to build or construct a long and triple jump pit, discus and shot put ring along the Maho playing field, and then take that prototype and duplicate it across different villages, especially on the East Coast, because we have a lot of talented athletes there. The technical events needs facilities for the kids to execute. You can run on the grass, you can be very powerful and fast, but when it comes to the technical events, jumping, you need to have a sand pit. So that is the project that I'm planning to implement, and the start date of that project is going to be Community Day of Service. I figured out that's the best time for everybody to come, the entire community of Maho, and just to contribute, and let's build the runway and put the sand in there and just get things going and keep it on the international standard so that TA can actually come down and do a national championship in Dominica. So funding is going to be privately at this moment. I've set up a GoFundMe, and then it's really about local people contributing, my diasporas, the people that are overseas. I've had so many people say, Flora will support you in whatever endeavor you have. So this is it. All the people that have been following my journey for the last 2 decades, this is the moment that I'd like them to contribute towards the project and be part of the future of Dominica by contributing towards this project.
And that was a former triple jumper for Dominica, Fabian Flora. And the national players Ronnie Lockhart, Malachi Bonney and Dwayne Etienne are all hoping to shine if given the opportunity for the senior men's national football team. The trio are the three newcomers into the side for the upcoming round of matches in the CONCACAF Nations League. Dominica will face Antigua in the opening match of the competition on Saturday in Antigua.
My name is Dwayne Etienne. I'm from Soufriere. I play for Harlem SC. My position is left back. I'm glad that I'm here, that I make the national team for my first time.
Well, my name is Malachi Bonney. I play for the Milan United Club. I play centre midfield or attacking midfield, anywhere in the midfield. Can also play in the forwards as well. Well, my name is Ronnie Lockhart. I'm from Kaliwishi. I play as a goalkeeper. I'm glad to be on the squad for my first time, but I've been training for a long while, so I get a call up.
Well, the training has been going good. The sun is the main thing because we stopped playing on the sun like since in school, I think primary school. And the turf, that's all. Yeah, but training has been going well. I've been making new friends, seeing how the guys are moving, learning how their playing style are.
Training has been very intense in the past couple of weeks, and we've been working very hard for this tournament, and I sure will try our best. Training is going very good. The guys are working hard to win the tournament, and I can say they're doing good.
As newcomers to the team, you know, how the senior guys, the guys who've been there before, how they welcomed you guys?
Yeah, they welcome me great. They welcome me good, especially Bob, Snake, Savio, those guys there. Yeah, they welcome me very good. Yeah, I feel comfortable.
Well, at the start, I was very nervous, and the senior players like Chad and Riel and Snakey and all of them, they welcome me and give me a warm welcome. Well, I feel comfortable with the players. They make me feel good. If I make a mistake, they'll tell me I'm making a mistake and show me how to fix it to better myself. Yeah.
Okay, so three guys, three different positions, but what do each one of you will hope to bring to the squad?
Well, I hope to bring victory, to make a name for myself, and to make my country proud.
Well, I'm sure I can bring that fight that everybody want, that everybody need. I'm sure I can bring great saves into the game, change the game, and also win the game.
All right, now what does it mean for you guys to be part of the team as we've been promoted to League B? I know you're not part of the journey before, but among the guys now and looking to get into League A and stay also into League B as well, not get demoted, what has that feeling been like?
Well, this feeling has been great. I've been watching the journey on TV, wishing for my turn, and I got my chance. So I'm just trying to bring the victory and go up higher.
Well, it has been a dream come true. I've been waiting for this moment all my time. I've been working very hard to reach on a stage like this. So I need him to push everything. Well, it's been good because I have paid. That was always my dream to play for the senior team. I play for the under 20, but my dream was to play for the senior team. And big guys with barbels there, snake them. Yeah.
And that was Ronnie Lockhart, and before him we heard from Malachi Bonney and Dwayne Etienne. Dominica will play its first match against Antigua on Saturday in Antigua at 4 p.m. and then face Dominican Republic on Tuesday. And Windward Islands Volcanoes player Kamal Hamilton says his dreams of playing for the West Indies team is one step closer after being contracted by the Windward Islands Volcanoes. Hamilton joins Kavim Hodge, Gillan Tyson and Stephen Pascal as contracted players for the Windward Islands Volcanoes for the upcoming regional season. Hamilton left Dominica today for St. Vincent, where he will be based as a contracted player for the Windward Islands Volcanoes.
I'm very happy to be selected on the Windward Islands Volcano team. It was a very hard journey for me, but I just thank God for giving me the opportunity to do what I have to do. Knowing this opportunity can do for me helped me to further myself and become a professional cricketer, and my dream is to play for West Indies.
And that was Windward Islands Volcanoes player Kamal Hamilton. And Shimron Hetmeyer returned to form within a bold 91 from 39 balls as the champions Guyana Amazon Warriors defeated St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots by 40 runs in the Caribbean Premier League in St. Kitts last night. Hetmeyer's 91 with 11 sixes lifted Guyana Amazon Warriors to 266 for 7 in 20 overs, the second highest total in CPL history. Gurbaz added 69 and Kimo Paul 38 for the Warriors. In response, Andre Fletcher kept St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots in the hunt with some big blows, but he was caught for 81 from 33 balls as the Patriots reached 226 all out. Rutherford got 34 and Mikhail Luis got 31. Godakash Moti took 3 for 34, Tahir 3 for 48, and Pretorius 2 for 46. Shimron Hetmeyer of Guyana Amazon Warriors was named man of the match.
It was an innings of two halves, really. I think, like in the beginning, I was just going a little bit with myself. With me and Gorbasa, we were batting. We were going pretty good, and then I just had to like pull it back just a little bit. I think because I think we had like 2 wickets. I think at fellers, or well, Gorbas got out, and then Azam got out as well. So I think in that space, I had to like just pull back just a little bit. And I think a little bit of tiredness came in just slightly. Yeah, I think that was mainly how it was.
We didn't see any fours, 11 sixes. Is that a first time for you in T20 cricket, and was that all planned?
Yes, it was the first time, and no, it wasn't planned. Like I was just trying to just play the ball on its merit, really. I think that was probably one of the times that I tried as much as possible to just play each ball on its merit, and not try to do something different.
Tell me, how much does the high-scoring historical data at this venue, Warner Park, sort of informs the way you approach batting in T20 cricket here?
I think it's all about it's a lot because like you said, there's a lot of runs that's been scored here before not even this year, years before this as well. So when we come to play, we just try to just be as clear as possible and always take the aggressive route as it is on this particular ground, and then on other grounds it's just a lot different because it's much bigger as well. But on this particular ground, I think bowlers are just trying to execute, and batters are just trying to do the same and just try to get as much as they can on the board to help our bowlers to defend it.
Well, with that innings, you've made a lot of West Indian fans very happy. Last season, you scored only 1 half century. This season, already with a half century. What's the point of difference in your batting this season?
I think it's just a little bit clearer this year. I'm actually and a little bit more hungry this year as well.
And that was a man of the match, Shimron Hetmeyer. Meantime, Antigua and Barbuda Falcons will come up against Trinbago Knights Riders at 7 p.m. tonight in Antigua. This brings us to the end of this evening's news and sports. I've been your presenter, Hassan Robinson. Special thanks to the DBS News and Sports team and our very own Dr. Miguel Labadi. Of course, look out for him on Reggae on the Boardwalk, of course, this evening, shelling the things as usually do, keeping it surgical, as the doctor does.
Hassan, you need to pronounce the name properly. Let's try that again. Miguel Labadi.
Dr. Miguel Labadi.
That's right, Hassan, and we invite our patrons to contribute towards the Education Trust Fund tonight at the ROTB. Whatever the amount from the donation, we will match that and present to the Trust Fund as our boys and girls look forward to a new school year, 2024-2025. Thank you, Hassan, Professor.
Of course, anytime, Doctor.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS.
The Nation Station, DBS Radio, says thank you to you and to everyone for choosing the Nation Station, DBS Radio.
We have 3 death announcements. I'm your presenter, Miguel Labadi. First, we announced the death of Evadne Marshall, better known as Ma Ashil, and Vodo, age 79, of Canefield. She died on Wednesday, 24th July at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. She was the mother of Roy, Eustace, Lipson, Tony, and Shane. She will be remembered by her adopted children, Maureen, Finn, Steve, and Andy. Grandchildren, Carolina, Letus, Danley, Lydia, Marsha, Helen, Rachel, Rochelle, Kishon, Sean, Chance, Joachim, Asha, Marvick, Dan, Marel, Michelle, Markel, Mia, Jay, Jean-René, Makisha, Malik, Ashtel, Arkel, Elisha, Shanda, Leanne, Linson, Shanley, Jordan, Ronaldo, Linton, LeBron, Tiana, Cody, Leilani, Delani, Genevieve, Anthony, Stacy, Ari, Shanila, and Caden. Great-grandchildren, Liana, Lenia, Dylan, Kaylee, Leah, Layla, Dante, Diona, Jomari, Marissa, Maris, Tyler, Zane, Aja, Liam, Bell, Ava, Amir, Marshali, Arik, Denisha, Ajwan, Edani, Lucas, Jamila, Zaire, Malaya, Miley, Renaira, Aria, and Amaya. Adopted grandchildren, Kiri, Deborah, Aretha, Pinky, Christopher, Brandon, and Kenny Francis, Tanisha, Shancy, Delvin Coffey, and Oliwan St. Luce. Adopted great-grandchildren or great-grandchild, Marley Francis, brother Leroy Robin, John and Charles Corbett, sisters Merlin Corbett and Lister Revere, nieces Donnelly Dorset, Marins Wharton, Dorissa Corbett and Deandra Corbett, nephews John Youngblood, Anderson Wharton, Gary Lewis, Erdkey Corbett, Javed, Alvin, and Malcolm Corbett, daughters-in-law Elissa Marshall, Ezra Marshall, Manda Marshall, and Edrina Alphonse, granddaughters-in-law Yannicka Marshall, Celine Marshall, Melissa Marshall, and Karen May Marshall, grandsons-in-law Akin Tomid and Jerome Carty, caretakers Vernelia Coffey, Denise Simon, and Edithan. Other close friends and families: the Robin family, Elijah Alexander and family of Marigot, Albert Alexander and family, Atkins Griffith, children in the United States, Sarah or Sarahan Alexander and family, the Prince family of Wesley, Marian Daru and family, Judith Coffey and family, Roy Christopher, the Proctor family, the Germain family of Canefield, the Coffey family of Grand Four, Merle Sirah and family, George Site Joseph and family, Elanda Spear and family, Stephen Isidore, the Kazimi family from St. Joseph, the Paquette and Boston families of Maho, Vina, Novena, and Marshall, the sporting environment, especially soccer at Windsor Park, the community of Marigot, the communities of St. Joseph and Canefield, and families of deceased Veron and deceased Christian Sylvester. The body of the late Evadne Marshall, better known as Ma Ashil and Vordo of Canefield, can be viewed from 9 a.m. on Friday, 6 September at the Bethesda Methodist Church in Roseau. The funeral service will take place at 10 a.m. and will be followed by interment at the Roseau Public Cemetery. We announce the death of Wayne Bernard Bertrand, age 43, of Pottersville, who resided at Coptall. He died in a road traffic accident on Tuesday, 6 August. He was the father of Dominique, Dwayne, Dashan, Diana, and Meon. He will also be remembered by three sisters, Jolene Williams, Ebony and Tashira Bertrand in the USA. Girlfriend Rosa Otano Barrasso. Uncles Dorian, Brian, Roland, Roy, Dave, Hubert, Gary, Philip, Ivan, Herbert, Cecil, and Albert Simon, both here and overseas. Aunties Marvelyn, Ruthin, Laureen, Amelia, Nikki, Celia, and Sandra Simon, both here and overseas. Many relatives and friends, including the entire Bertrand family and others, names too numerous to mention. The body of the late Wayne Bernard Bertrand of Pottersville, who resided at Copthall, can be viewed from 9:30 a.m. on Saturday, 7th September at the St. Alphonsus Catholic Church. The funeral mass will take place at 10 a.m. and will be followed by interment at the Roseau Roman Catholic Cemetery. And we announce the death of Doreen Marcella Simon, age 74, of Pottersville. She died on Tuesday, 6 August at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital. She was the mother of one daughter, Jolene Williams, who resides in the USA. She will be remembered by her 7 grandchildren: Lewana Charles, employee of HHV Whitchurch and Company, Darren Montrose, Dominique, Dwayne, Dashan, Diana, and Mayon Bertrand. 12 brothers: Dorian, Brian, Roland, Roy, Dave, Hubert, Gary, Philip, Ivan, Herbert, Cecil, and Albert Simon, both here and overseas. 7 sisters: Marvelyn, Ruthine, Lauren, Amelia, Nikki, Celia, and Sandra Simon, both here and overseas. Many nephews and nieces, siblings-in-law. Son-in-law Leroy Waddix Charles. Special relative Annette Smith. Many more relatives and friends, names are too numerous to mention. Neighbors: Mondi, Rosalind, Nurse Dalrymple, JJ, Ruby, Veronica, Annette, the Shaw family, Christiani, Ma Elise, and the entire Pottersville community. The body of the late Doreen Marcella Simon of Pottersville can be viewed from 9:30 a.m. on Saturday, 7th September at the St. Alphonsus Catholic Church. The funeral mass will take place at 10 a.m. and will be followed by interment at the Roseau Roman Catholic Cemetery. The management and staff of the Dominica Broadcasting Corporation extend deepest condolences to the families of the late Evadne Marshall, the late Doreen Marcella Simon, and the late Wayne Bernard Bertrand. Up next, the general announcements on DBS coming up at 7. Islam in Focus. The Confucius Classroom of the Dominica State College is pleased to offer Mandarin Level 1 and Level 2 courses designed to enhance your foreign language skills. Begin classes with basic conversational Mandarin Level 1 and build on your existing knowledge with Level 2. Classes begin on September 11 and will be held on Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 to 6:30 p.m. in the Confucius Classroom. Course fee is $150. To register, visit their website at www.dsc.edu.dm or email confuciussecretary@dsc.edu.dm. And the public is informed of road closure for blasting operation at a new quarry site in Crapo Hall, Marigot, at both directions on Friday, 6 September between 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. Please be guided accordingly. The general announcements.
The Nation Station, DBS Radio, says thank you to you and to everyone for choosing the Nation Station, DBS Radio.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Turn your TV on. Listen to DBS on Digicel TV Channel 50 and Flow TV Channel 951.